Samuel Hudson once said, "Never forget yesterday, but always live for today, because you never know what tomorrow can bring or what it will take away." Your life can change in an instant, and you may think it will never happen to you, but it does. My fear has everything to do with that. Every day I step into a car and I fear that I can once again get into a serious car accident. You may think I knew right away what I was scared of, but in fact I didn't. When I heard that we had to do a speech on our biggest fear, I thought that I had none. I didn't think I was fearless, but I just couldn't come up with a fear at the moment. But after further consideration, I remembered I do. You see, I'm not afraid of snakes or spiders, I just don't like them. I'm not afraid of dying, and I've searched fears even. I'm not afraid of those things. I just wouldn't like them to happen. Until I read one fear in particular that caused me to remember an accident that happened. That fear was dystrophobia, which is a fear of car accidents. And that's when it clicked. My story of the day I got into my first car accident, that's what my fear is. On January 11, 2017, I had an appointment to go get a sleep study done. My mom and I stayed the night at the hospital, and we had to leave early the next morning to go to work and school. But unfortunately that night we got freezing rain because it was January, so we got freezing rain and there was black ice on the road. We stopped at McDonald's and we were on our way home. We made it to in between Chillicothe and Hopewell when my mom hit black ice. And when you hit ice, you're supposed to go with the slide of your wheels. You're not supposed to stop on the brake, you're not supposed to go the opposite direction, you're just supposed to go with the slide. But she turned her wheel the opposite direction and we went to the right. The only reason she did that is because there was a car coming in the opposite lane and she didn't want to involve another car in the car accident because she knew she would have hit them if she did. We started spinning. My mom yelled, "Oh shit," and I said, "Mom!" I was scared. I didn't know what to do. It was my first car accident. I blacked out for a few seconds and woke up in the back seat. I was in the front passenger seat. She was in the driver's seat. We both didn't have a seatbelt on. I know. But I learned my lesson, trust me. And when I landed with my head towards the back passenger seat, so I was laying across the back seat and my mom was in the passenger seat. So when I woke up, I said, "Mom, are you okay?" And she made sure I was okay. We were both fine. We got out of the car. The woman that we almost hit actually turned around and made sure that we were okay. She helped us up the steep path because it was snowy, there was snow all over the ground and we couldn't get up it doesn't look it, but there was ice and we couldn't find our way up. So she helped us get up, and it turned out that that woman was our 8th grade dance DJ. My mom, the first thing after making sure we were both fine, she wanted to grab her phone and call work and say, "I'll be late." No, you're not going to be late, you're going to the hospital. You were not going in at all. After she got the phone, we called an ambulance and we waited in the woman's car, and after that because we were cold, so we were just sitting in her car, she's letting us get warm, and we called up my sister because my sister was at home. She came, picked us up, because the ambulance people made sure we were okay, but we didn't want to ride in the ambulance because we weren't that hurt. So my sister took us to the hospital. They checked us out. We were fine. We stayed home the rest of the day. It was the 12th. And we stayed home the rest of the day on Friday the 13th, the day before Friday We went back to school and worked the next Monday. My dad went to check out the car. It was in bad condition. We could not get it fixed. There was no fixing that car. One thing that he found though, when he was searching the car to get all our stuff out, was drugs. He found it in the center console, because the center console was busted out. So it's kind of a blessing that it happened. Like, we weren't hurt, and I'm thankful for that. And if we would have kept having this car, and we would have gotten pulled over, or we would have went out of state, and we would have got caught, we didn't know there was drugs in the car. We could have gotten in serious trouble. So I'm actually kind of blessed that it happened, and nobody was hurt. So I'm happy. Even though this was my first car accident, and yes, I'm scared, and it's my fear, I'm still every day trying my best to move on from it and not be afraid of it anymore. The reason it is my fear is because I am so scared of having other people's lives in my hands. And if I kill them, I just don't want that on my conscience. Like, I don't want to have their life on my hands. Now, I wasn't driving the car, but if I am driving the car, then their life is in my hands. That's why, every day, I refuse to text and drive. I refuse to use my phone, and I put my trust in God when I'm on the road. When I'm a passenger, on the other hand, I grab my headphones and put my headphones on. I turn my head towards the window, and I just close my eyes and let the wind hit my face. I relax, and I put my trust in the driver and in God, because I don't want to freak out. And if something does happen, then I'm at peace with myself and I'm okay. If you can't put your trust in your fear, you'll never get over it. Fear is just something you're scared of. And to get over it, you need to face it. When I heard, "What's your fear?" I didn't know until I remembered a story that almost changed my family forever. And that's why every day I choose to be the best driver and put my trust in myself, my vehicle, the driver, and in God. The only way you can show us He's in control, the only way God can show us He's in control is to put us in situations we can't control. Stephen Furtick. Thank you.